Hi, my name is James Shepard, and today I'm going to talk to you about using laziness to your advantage. So this is the last video in my little mini series on being organized for success, and I've been really talking a lot about kind of working hard, being really organized. So how does laziness fit into all this? Because let's face it, all of us are lazy at times. We can't really keep go and just constantly working on things. And today I want to talk to you about a really important concept that is going to separate you from people who are really successful. And so if you want to kind of get to another level at some point in your career, the way that you use laziness, or when I say laziness, really, of course, what I'm saying is the way you use inactivity time, or when you're not executing your strategy, what do you do in that time? And that's what really differentiates you. So there's two things you need to really understand that are two completely different things that you do. The first thing that you do in order to achieve success is that you work in your business. And all of the previous videos I've done have been talking about you working in your business. In other words, if you're going to work for yourself, you have to first and foremost be an employee. So you have to think about your sales job, your career as a job, whether you are actually a W-2 employee or whether you are an independent contractor. You need to think about it as a job. And that's what we've been talking about, getting that block schedule, doing all that stuff, right? Well, today I want to talk to you about the other side of it, which is working on your business. So you have working in your business and working on your business. One of the things to me that is so sad is when I see a leader that hits a block because they have not learned that you can only work in your business and achieve so much success. Then you have to start taking time to work on your business, okay? Working on your business means thinking about the organization itself, thinking about how to delegate things, thinking about how to create new procedures, thinking outside of the box about what you can do to change the structure of your business. And the reason that this is so challenging early on is that many people have a difficult time wearing both hats. They don't know how to wear the employee hat and the manager hat when they're a single member organization. It's just you're the only one. And so inevitably some pitfalls will arise as a result of this issue, okay? The first thing that's going to happen to you is you're just going to keep working in your business, working in your business, working in your business until you're going to get burned out. And you're going to get to a point where you hit a ceiling and you're like, oh, I'm making, 16 sales a month and I just cannot make any more sales than that. Like I have all these customers I need to take care of. I have other things going on in my life. I'm making decent money, but like, how do I get above that? I just got an email like that the other day from somebody. And it's like, how do I get past that? Well, the way you get past that is by doing a couple things. First, continue working in your business like you have been. Work the same number of hours. Continue making those 16 sales, every single month, however many you got to, when you hit that ceiling. But in addition to that, now you need to take another 30 minutes to an hour a day when you're like, you know what, I'm burned out. I can work, 10 hours a day and that's all I have. Fine. Take one more hour and work on your business. But do that at the beginning of your day when you're still fresh and your brain is fresh, because you've probably gotten to the point where most of the prospecting and closing deals and paperwork, you can probably do all that stuff in your sleep at this point. You're building to an extent. So now it's time to take that first 30 minutes to an hour every morning, and you need to work on your business and think about, okay, is there something here that I could delegate? What are these tasks that I'm doing on a day in, day out basis where I could pay somebody $10, $12 an hour that could do this task for me if I had it properly, proceduralized and into like some kind of written format of like step 1, do this, step 2, do this, and just start working on creating that workload that you're going to then delegate to somebody that you're going to hire. That's called working on your business, okay? A couple of other big pitfalls you're going to face during this transition. The second one that's huge is you're going to hire your first person and you're going to have all kinds of bad things happen in your mind when you hire this first person, because in your mind, the first thing you're going to be terrified they're going to make a mistake, okay? Let me just save you a lot of time and heartache. They're not going to make a mistake. They're going to make every possible mistake that you could imagine, and then they're going to invent other mistakes that you didn't even think of. That is what's going to happen when you hire your first person, okay? So just embrace it. It's exciting. Yay, we're making mistakes. That's awesome. That means we're learning new things and we're growing and we're expanding, and that's fine. And if you have a task that you're delegating to them, don't make it like the core task. Like I would never, if I'm a salesperson successfully selling, I'm never going to make my first hire be the person that closes deals. Well, what if they suck? Well, then you just ruined your whole business. Like, no. Get them to go and do the paperwork when you close a deal. Get them to do the follow-up phone call with the merchant. Get them to maybe go eventually and do the installation, because if you proceduralize that correctly and have them with you a few times, that's pretty easy. Have them then, maybe you want to hire somebody, you're like, well, I really want to hire somebody, hire them to go prospecting and to try to find people who are interested for you to go close. What are the tasks that you can delegate effectively? Expect them to make mistakes. Don't expect them to do everything as good as you would do it, right? If you want to find somebody to do it as well as you, then however much you're making, you need to hire somebody at that amount of money. So right now you're like, well, I'm a sales rep. I make $120,000 a year selling merchant services, and I want to find somebody just as good as me that I can delegate stuff to. Okay, well then you need to pay them $120,000 a year. That's how much it's going to cost to hire someone like you, because that's how much you are getting paid. Like, there's a reason, okay? So no, probably not. You're probably going to hire somebody maybe younger, somebody who's less experienced that wants to learn, and they're going to make $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 a year, and you're going to train them, and then they're going to become more and more valuable to you, and over time you're going to increase their compensation as their value to the organization grows, okay? Now, the second big pitfall you're going to run into is you're going to start to resent the person that you hired because you feel like they're stealing your attention from more important things that you could be doing. And this is just a bold-faced lie that every person, every leader is going to face this when they start to hire people. They're going to feel like, why on earth am I dealing with this detail crap? There's all this other stuff I have to do. I already know how to do this. Why am I spending 2 hours with this person to help them learn how to do something I knew how to do 6 months ago? Well, the reason is because you don't want to ever have to do that again. And the only way for you to never have to do that again is to delegate it to somebody and to then create a procedure through that delegation process so that it's even easier for you to delegate it to the next person when that person inevitably moves on and leaves the organization. And so if you really want to grow, you have to work on your business and think about not just delegating something, but also delegating it and then making the procedure. Where is it written down, or where's the screenshot video that says, here's how you do this. Here's the process of how you do this. And once you have that full process delegated there, then when somebody else comes in, you can plug them right in and say, hey, watch these 4 videos that we did, and then here's the written out process of how it works, and let me know if you have any questions. But you have to be there for your people. That's called working on your business. Last pitfall I'll give you is lack of communication. Lack of communication with the people who work for you is the absolutely irrevocable death sign for your organization. Your organization absolutely cannot grow, and it will die and it will fail if you are not communicating with the people who you're trying to work with. There is just no other way around it. There is no way to make it work. It is impossible. An organization where the leader is not regularly communicating with the people who work in the organization will die, will fail. Every single time it will hit a lid. Now, what is the lid that it's going to hit? The lid that it's going to hit is it's going to hit a lid where it's going to grow as far as it could grow with just the leader. Because an organization where a leader doesn't communicate with his followers, what's happening is that leader doesn't have an organization. That leader has a job. And so they're going to do what they can do. So they're going to bring in as much business as they can bring in. So if you're making 16 sales before and you don't communicate with the 2 people that you hired, guess how many deals you're going to do a month? 16. Maybe 15, because you're also going to be dealing with the other 2 people that are wasting your time because you're not really communicating with them. So if you're going to grow your organization to that next level, you've got to leverage your laziness by converting 30 minutes to an hour of it into not working in your organization as an employee, but instead, in addition to that, I keep saying that, in addition to that, working on your organization, figuring out how to delegate these things that you've created so that you can actually grow and build on that solid foundation. My name is James Shepard. I hope you've enjoyed these short videos on organization and being organized for success. Have a great day.